This was an act that made it illegal to help runaway slaves. It was to cool tensions in 1850. The slaves were sold at an auction block if they could not pay it off. If they weren't sold, they went to jail. When you're black, you're considered a slave. The North could not hide the slave. If you were caught with a slave, it was a $1,000 fine and 6 months in jail. The slaves can be proof of ownership. The slaves do not have any rights. You are arrested if you cannot pay off the fine. For slaves, the punishment is death. Of course, the abolitionists hated it. Some of the abolitionists chose to help, like Milligan. He brought a slave and set it free. If you resisted the act, it would be an honor. The North had a very strong opinion against it. Southerners were opposite from the North. They didn't want the slaves to be found. Here in Singapore, most of us have helpers. Most get off at least once a week. 2 years ago, it was made a law that helpers get off at least once a month. They get a really low pay at most times. There were maids being abused at one point. The helpers are not considered slaves, but some people treat them like they are. There are still some slaves in the world. There are a lot of them, but it is not as big of an amount as it was before. I saw all the people being happy again. We were all dancing and shouting. We had a glorious time, said Charlotte Brown.